Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to your reading. Today we're going to do something just slightly different from what I've been doing, but we will circle back to the old style of readings. I'm going to do a reading for you inspired by my own circumstances. I'm feeling stuck, and I know I'm not the only one feeling this way right now. So my goal here is to hopefully get you a little bit more information, maybe some clarity, and get you some advice, help you get unstuck, maybe understand why you're feeling the way you're feeling. And you are definitely feeling stuck with that Eight of Swords. You're feeling restricted for sure. The thing about the Eight of Swords is that's often a self-made restriction, right? Fear of change comes to mind here with that Death card. Not really wanting to change. It's like you're keeping yourself stuck here. What else do we have for Gemini, please? Thank you. It's kind of like maybe you realize that change is going to mean putting in some work, and you don't really want to do that. You kind of just want to keep things as they are, right? Because constantly fighting for something and trying to make it work, trying to, you know, not get overwhelmed and hurt and go through something hard. I mean, it's difficult, right? But there's absolutely an ending coming up here that you don't seem too too keen to experience. We have the World here, so it could be something you might be moving, but it does really feel like a chapter is moving forward. You have the Fool at the bottom of the deck. I think you know what needs to be done with this High Priestess. I feel like you know that you have to move forward. I just don't think you want to. I get the feeling that with this Seven of Pentacles here, it's almost as though you're like, well, I've already put in a lot of work for this, and like, it's a lot of work. I don't really want to move on from it. You don't really want to have to make the decision to maybe leave it behind. But that's the thing about hard work. Just because it ends up taking you in a different direction doesn't mean it was all for nothing, right? Just because maybe life intervenes and suddenly you're moving in a different way, that doesn't mean all the hard work that you've already had and put in is really gone, right? It's still lessons. It's still life experience, you know? But yeah, there's the Eight of Pentacles, and we also have the Queen of Pentacles. So maybe it's also a worry about money as well. Are you going to be able to sustain this change? Are you going to be able to keep moving forward? It's really interesting. Is there going to be enough to go around? I think with that Six of Pentacles. The Sun at the bottom of the deck says yes. I feel like if you would just let yourself experience whatever this is, open yourself up to this change, whatever it is, that you would ultimately see how much better it is for you. So I guess you have to ask yourself, why are you resisting this change, right? Why are you the one that's holding you back? Because it's right here, it's coming, and resisting it just makes it harder to transition. And again, I feel like you know that. I also get the feeling that you're afraid you might just have to start over. The World and the Two of Wands here. If it's something in regards to a move, like you feel like you have to move, maybe you don't want to. Maybe you're perfectly fine where you are, which I understand that, but I don't know. It's just almost like you don't really want to say goodbye to the way things were and the way things currently are. There's something... Well, let's consult a different deck. Clarify this Eight of Swords. Why is Gemini holding themselves back? Why are they restricting themselves? Ten of Swords. Again, I don't know if it's like you don't really want to cut your losses. You don't really want to feel like you've burned bridges, you know? There's definitely a feeling here that you don't really want something to end. You don't really want to be hurt by it, almost. The Empress, Justice, Two of Pentacles. Again, we have Death, the Wheel. It's time. It's absolutely time. And if you would open yourself up to it, I feel like you would realize that death doesn't necessarily mean end forever. I mean, because it is rebirth. After an ending, there is a rebirth. And I feel like this new beginning is going to bring balance and abundance here. So you're holding back because you're really afraid of getting hurt. You're really afraid of hurting other people. And at the end of the day, it isn't necessarily about anyone else. It's about you. This is your life, right? Let's get Gemini some advice here. Okay. You have the Eagle King, the big picture, angelic help. So it's almost like saying you need to see the bigger picture here. But also you have the Eyes of Beauty, positive expectations and clarity. So it's almost as though you're resisting the change because you're worried it's going to hurt more than anything. You're worried there's going to be a lot of pain, maybe a lot of betrayal, stuff like that. Not necessarily. You know, I feel like you need to see things in a different way and recognize that things are maybe only going to be that way if you allow them to be that way, you know, because the other card that came out here for you is the Chess Queen, trust and strategizing. There has to be some level of trust here, and it's not asking you to go into this blindly. I mean, there are, the High Priestess, the Nine of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles. Pentacles to me are grounding their earth, right? They are really cards of looking at things rationally, a little bit practically. And I feel, especially in regards to this Eight of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles is planting the seed and Eight of Pentacles is kind of executing that, okay? And it's trying to do it in a way that comes across as perfection, but making sure something is done right. So there's nothing here saying that you can't plant the seeds and have a plan. You can't strategize something, okay, and act upon that. Like, it almost feels as though you feel that you're kind of powerless in this situation, but you're really not. You're not at the whim of this whatsoever. Okay, you do have the capacity to make your own plans and to honestly look at things the way you want to look at them. But Spirit is saying that you probably need a little bit of a different perspective here if all you're seeing is this blindfold. All you're knowing is that there's a bunch of swords here, and man, you really don't want those in your back, right? I mean, but those are your swords, okay? These are all your swords, okay? And you can't really put them in your own back, right? I mean, that would be difficult. So I feel as though you need to take your blindfold off. You need to look at the situation as a whole, and you need to start making a practical plan, because there is a change coming, and resisting it doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It just means it's going to actually hurt worse. Okay, so don't do that to yourself, Gemini. You are well equipped to handle whatever this is, and Spirit is saying you just need to see it in a different way. Okay, just have a little trust. Maybe ask Spirit for their help, but yeah, that's your message, Gemini. I hope it helped. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.